It never struck you as strange that this man just showed up to save you?
Just figured I was lucky.
Have you ever been lucky?
No.
What about the girl?
No sign of her either.
There's a look at The Crowded Room, a psychological thriller that follows a young man who is arrested for a shocking crime in the late 1970s.
Tom Holland, Amanda Seyfried, and Emmy Rossum, who we recently caught up with just before the actors' strike.
Can you see how all of this can...
The Crowded Room is a psychological thriller with many twists and turns. What more can you tell us about it?
You're absolutely right. It is. It is about a young man played by Tom Holland who is arrested following a shooting in New York City in 1979. And the story unfolds through a series of interviews with Amanda Seyfried's character as she is tasked with uncovering his mysterious past and what might have led to this crime. I play Danny's mom, Candy, who is a single mom when we meet her, working 2 jobs in such a beautiful, playful, such a tight bond relationship with her son. And we watch over 10 years as the family secrets and circumstances kind of erode that bond and their closeness, ultimately leading to these events.
Mm-hmm. Tell us, Emmy, if you could, a bit more about Candy, Tom Holland's character, the mom you just mentioned. How would you describe her?
Well, I think the more that we learn about all of these characters, especially Danny and Candy, the more surprises that there are about their own pasts, but also how they both share a survival skill of denial. I think that was most interesting to me, how those family secrets can kind of ricochet through our families, the things that we all kind of know, but can't know, don't know, and never speak about. I think ultimately that can kind of be the undoing of a family. And ultimately, I think the show is about empathy and survival from violence, and how good people, because of the circumstances and situations that they are in, can do bad things.
What was it like working with Tom, Emmy? Because your character has quite the complicated relationship with her son.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to say fun, because our work is emotional and challenging, and sometimes those are kind of the most fun days. But also, both Amanda and Tom are incredibly open, fearless actors. So there was a lot of intensity in these scenes, but also there's a lot of love there. And I remember after one particularly challenging scene that I did with Tom, he just kind of came up and threw his arms around me, and we just stood in a silent hug for a while as the whole crew was like, yeah, they're just having a moment. So I think it was really nice to feel that it was a safe place to experience things, whether or not your personal circumstances are at all similar to the stories that you're playing. The feelings that you kind of channel and experience are really real.
Now, your performance has been called complex, pure, raw, disturbing. How would you describe your experience on the show?
I like that. I think my experience was complex, pure, raw, and disturbing. That's pretty spot on. Yeah, especially as a young mom myself, kind of thinking about my own goodness as a mother, how I can be a better parent, wondering what my own blind spots might be, and in what hugely Shakespearean epic ways I might disappoint or have shortcomings for my kids. I think this brings up big soul searching for me.
For all of us. So well put. Thank you so much for the time, Emmy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.